The Beast versus the Shoey. Guys, I got to insert myself in this with a great big you're welcome, and none of you have thanked me. Nobody's once thanked me. Do you want to know what's on the line? Do you want to know what the significance of this is? Derrick Lewis versus Tai Tuivasa? Nothing. There's nothing on the line. This is for fun. And there's not a lot of times in this sport that we get to have fun. Can we agree on that? Like, that's just not what it's about. It's about significance. It's about contendership. It's about meaning. It's about championships. This has none of those things. It's the fight to make. And you want to know why I say that you're welcome? I was at Tuivasa's last fight on ESPN. John Anik asked me how impressed I was with Tuivasa, which I was very impressed. I very much enjoyed the match. And I said right there, John, you want to know who they need to get him in there with? Derrick Lewis. And Derrick had a fight coming up. Derrick was the main event a week or even 2 weeks later. And I still made the statement, not knowing if Derrick was going to win or lose, but I stand by the statement because it doesn't matter if Derrick won or lost. Derrick versus Tuivasa. So I make the statement. I even said that regardless on the outcome of Derrick's next fight. And John Anik co-signed it on the spot. Like, John got giddy. I want to say he laughed. He smiled big. And he's like, yes, that's the match. So in all fairness, even though the matchmakers could have come to that conclusion and have nothing to do with me, I feel like I'm involved. I never heard anybody else say it first. I then come over here to YouTube. I told you guys this story. It's going to sound a little bit redundant as I tell it today. But in all fairness, I had something to do with that idea. So whether I helped to influence anybody or not, let me at least tell you why I had that idea. I have that. Tai Tuivasa is not good at any martial art, just so you understand. There's a lot of people that want to call this mixed martial arts. It got named that to get a bill through the Nevada State Legislature in 2001. I don't really know what it has to do with martial arts, but there is a combination of martial arts. Most people do have a black belt in something. If they don't have a black belt, they've got a brown belt. They're engaged in something. They're immersed in something, and sometimes multiple things. Sometimes the guy's got the Taekwondo belt, maybe he's got a karate belt, he's got the jiu-jitsu belt, whatever it is, but the belts in the martial arts are a very real system. And when I tell you that Tuivasa is not good at any martial art, that's true. You could not take him in any martial art, put a gi on him or any other way that you want to do it, and have him get his hand raised at the end of the night. You want to know what Tuivasa is good at? He's goddamn good at cage fighting. One of my favorites ever, and some of you will be able to relate. Matter of fact, got his book right here, is Tank Abbott. One of my favorites ever was Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott was not a martial artist. He was a cage fighter. And the day of the cage fighter is gone. I don't know that I'm complimenting somebody by calling it. I'm just disclosing I like it. I like the cage fighter. That to hell with what belt you are. To hell with the martial arts. I got power, I got guts, and I'm coming at you. I like that. And Tuivasa is the modern day Tank Abbott. He's a tough guy who's not scared to walk in there. He's well aware that this is likely going to hurt. He does not flinch or shy away from it, and he's coming at you with bad intentions. Tuivasa's must-see TV. He really is. Tai Tuivasa brought the house down at T-Mobile. Then he's got the shoey gimmick, which is disgusting. I hate it. But I can share and acknowledge for you, it is over. This guy's got everything. Good looking, got charisma, has something to say, fun as hell to watch, exits the show with the shoey angle. Put him in there with Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis is largely what I just described. Derrick Lewis secretly is a fantastic athlete. And I have to say secretly because big guys will never get the credit. There's no heavyweight period that gets heavyweight credit with being a great athlete. There's no heavyweight that barely makes heavyweight, they're so big, that has ever gotten credit. But Derrick Lewis is secretly a very good athlete. He's secretly extremely explosive. He is secretly very good at wrestling. He's secretly even better at defensive jiu-jitsu. You could leave Derrick Lewis in there for 5 minutes. You could leave him there for 25 minutes. You could leave him in there for 25 days. He is not getting tapped out. Broad stroke statement, but I am sharing for you things that you don't know about the Black Beast. He knows how to handle himself on the ground, and he's wildly explosive, but he still doesn't turn to that stuff. When's the last time you see Derrick Lewis ground and pound somebody? Go out there, big takedown, control position, get on top, posture up, and start paying. It's not what he does. He does what Tuivasa does, which is he's not scared to fight. He's going to walk out there, start measuring, and start swinging. I mean, the match just makes sense. It's a great match. Derrick Lewis ranked like number 3 in the world. I know he's top 5. He was number 3. He had that loss to Surreal. So even if he slid a little bit, I don't know what the rankings are where to get, but I know I'm right when I say he's a top 5, and Tuivasa's not. I'd be stunned if Tuivasa was even within the rankings. That has nothing to do with it. Either one of those guys can beat the other guy. Either one can stop the other guy. You got to search long and far to find a time that Tuivasa has fallen down. You got to search long and far to find a time that Derrick Lewis has fallen down. You'll find them, but they're hard. And both of these guys have that ability, not to mention it's the hometown crowd. It's in Houston. You want to know what's on the line for this fight? It's not a contendership. It's not a ranking match. This is about fun. And we only get to have fun over here about every 10 years. This is the time. I did suggest it along with John Anik. I said it before anybody else. Do I get a little credit? Probably not. But either way, you're welcome.